Growing uncertainty over the volume of crude production continues to exert negative pressure on the oil market. Oil prices are still trading downwards. Moreover, the current standoff between the United Arab Emirates and the rest of the OPEC members raises concerns among market participants. The lack of a deal may lead to a possible oil shortage in the future. In addition, one of the countries may boost crude output unilaterally. How does this affect the commodity market and the ruble exchange rate? Let's figure it out. According to the trading chart, Brent crude is suffering losses again. Over the past 2 days, July 14 and 15, the volume of short positions has increased. Thus, the quote has been falling for the second day in a row. In case the price breaks through the support level of $72 per barrel, the benchmark is likely to extend losses and approach the psychological level of $70 per barrel. As for US WTI crude oil, the level of 70.70 acts as support. If the quotes fix below this mark, their correction will most likely intensify. Thus, the current situation in the commodity market cannot but influence the Russian ruble. However, the trading chart shows that the ruble is not going to follow oil prices. On the contrary, the ruble even managed to advance to 74.10. Against this background, the best strategy for market participants is trading breakouts. We cannot be sure that the ruble will not slide amid lower oil prices. However, there is still no sign of a decline. Therefore, the quotes are expected to continue trading within the range of 73.80–72.40. Of course, next week the situation may change. Speaking of the euro-ruble pair, after hitting a local peak last Thursday, it entered a correction. The ruble has a good chance of rising against the euro and even the dollar by the end of July. This stems from the fact that the impact of some pro-inflationary risks is likely to wane. In particular, these risks include food prices, which may face a seasonal decline amid the arrival of the new crop in the market. Meanwhile, it can be seen that the quotes have reached the level of 87.50. Analysts believe that the situation will hardly change until Monday, and the pair will continue trading between the marks of 87.20 and 88. The ruble has been standing still for the fourth day in a row. It's still unable to get out of the sideways range. This makes the Russian ruble completely different from other currencies, which are much more dynamic. Thus, it's impossible to predict the ruble's further movement. However, market participants are still optimistic. If oil prices do not collapse, the ruble will be able to gain in value. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.